Yeah, well, using the Bond stage, they built these enormous sets at the Bond stage in London. So they'd like to use those ideally, but if nothing's happening there, then I don't know when we can get started.
Well,
so
right.
I reckon New Zealand, Australia would be the place to bring it.
Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Now for today's video, I wanted to talk about some stuff that Sam Neill recently talked about in a new interview he did through a podcast, most of which happens to be updated information on the current status of Jurassic World Dominion. So with the current worldwide predicament that we've all found ourselves in, it's no wonder that the new Jurassic Park movie wound up getting delayed. This has obviously affected the production of the film, and there's a lot of certain unknowns when it comes to Dominion at this current state in development. Even so, Alan Grant himself, Sam Neill, recently talked about the new movie through the Fitzy and Whippet podcast that he appeared on just a couple of days ago. Now, in this particular interview, Sam let us know that Jurassic World 3 was only able to get about 2 weeks worth of shooting done before everything had to be shut down. He also told us that he had yet to film any of his scenes just yet. However, he also mentioned that he was waiting in London to film something for Dominion. If you remember just a few weeks ago, it was revealed that both Laura Dern and Jeff Goldblum were actually also in London and taking part in a contest where fans could actually visit them on the set of the new film. So I guess that means that Ellie Sattler, Ian Malcolm, and Alan Grant were all scheduled to shoot some stuff at Pinewood before everything had to be closed down. After revealing that bit of information to us, Sam explained that there were quite a few large sets built on the James Bond stages for Jurassic World Dominion, which the production would obviously want to continue using if they were given the chance. However, he also mentioned that he'd like for the filming to resume in New Zealand or even in Australia if anything were to happen in London in the coming months. For those of you who don't know, New Zealand was actually chosen for a filming location during Steven Spielberg's work on the Lost World Jurassic Park early on, way back in the mid-90s. But that of course all went out the window when the production moved to the Redwoods of California for its Isla Sorna setting. New Zealand has been a location that Jurassic Park has had its eye on for quite some time, so resuming production there would be quite interesting for veteran fans of the series, I'm sure. After all of that information got out of the way, Sam Neill happened to be asked just how the Alan Grant character would be reincorporated into the franchise. And this is, in my humble opinion, where Sam Neill gave probably the most entertaining response in the entire interview.
Any new dinosaurs? How is Alan Grant coming back into the franchise? You can't give anything away, Sam?
Well, you know, having been traumatized twice,
yep.
it's pretty hard to get him out of the dig.
Yes.
That's going to be a plot point that they'll have to get around.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Now look, Sam may have just been having a bit of fun mentioning that it would take some convincing for Alan Grant to get away from his old dig sites after the traumatizing events of Jurassic Park and JP3.
What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here.
But still, at the same time, I think the idea that this would actually be something of a plot point is really fun stuff for fans to mull over during their extended wait to see the movie. One of the things that I think people are looking forward to the most in Jurassic World Dominion is how Alan, Ellie, and Ian are going to respond to what went down at the end of the last film. We know Dr. Malcolm has very different feelings to something like, say, the Dinosaur Protection Group, and we also know that both he and Laura Dern will be showing up in far more extended roles than what was shown off in Fallen Kingdom. So the idea of what old Alan Grant has been doing in that downtime is just as fascinating for those of us who've kept up with the current lore. I also really like the idea of Alan Grant factoring in both of his experiences from the past when it comes to how he is reintroduced in Dominion. Grant is one of only 2 characters from the original movie who got to visit both Isla Nublar and Isla Sorna, and since his last trip to a dinosaur-infested location happened to be pretty insane, I can imagine that he'd have some pretty strong feelings about what went down in the last film. Hopefully, production can resume as quickly and safely as possible for all of those who were involved in making the movie. The decision for everything to shut down was obviously for the best under these rather unprecedented circumstances, but it's just good to know that when the filming does eventually resume, Sam Neill and everyone else involved with the movie will be making something that's bringing all aspects of this franchise together for the newest installment. But hey, those are all just my own opinions on the subject matter. What do all of you guys think about this new interview? Does anything Sam Neill revealed about Jurassic World Dominion or his character pique your interest? Whatever your own thoughts and opinions happen to be, I'd love to hear them in the comments down below.
I wish I was special. Gonna change a word here. You're so fucking special.
Now before I go, I'd like to thank all of my game wardens, as well as all of my InGen executives. I'd also like to thank all of my park workers and InGen hunters as well. Guys, it seriously means the world to me that you all continue to support what I do, and I never want you to ever forget that. Now, I'd like to thank you all for watching today's video, and hope that you all enjoyed the content. If you feel like I deserve it, I'd appreciate the like and hope that you'll consider subscribing if you're interested in hearing from me again. I'll see you all in the next video, guys, and as always, take it easy.